Coming up on Carolina Week, after a long race, it's official. Roy Cooper is the next governor of North Carolina.
Dead sea lions are washing up on the shores of Chile. We'll tell you why.
For the holidays, you can't beat these home sweet homes. All that and more, Carolina Week
starts right now.
From the UNC School of Journalism and Mass Communication, covering Carolina in HD, this is Carolina Week.
A month after Election Day, North Carolinians finally know who our next governor is. Good afternoon, I'm Caleb Waters.
And I'm Jacqueline Lee. Democratic candidate Roy Cooper will be taking the helm. The governor's race made national headlines after incumbent Governor Pat McCrory filed complaints and requested recounts. His concession this week marked the end of a drawn-out process. Reporter Katie Wilkinson joins us live in the studio with more. Katie.
According to the State Board of Elections, Roy Cooper received 10,292 more votes than Pat McCrory. On Monday, Governor McCrory released a concession video saying that he will do everything he can to support the Cooper administration. McCrory is the first North Carolina governor to lose re-election since a 1970 constitutional amendment that allowed governors to serve more than one term. Cooper first declared victory on election night, but held another victory rally last night in Raleigh. We asked students how they felt about McCrory's loss.
I wasn't a fan of his education plans and his passage of HB2, so I'm very excited to finally have a Democratic governor.
I thought it was pretty interesting because it's showing that people's voices are being heard, because I feel as though if he was kept in office, that kind of discredits the feelings and opinions of a lot of other people.
So he was elected by a democratic system, and he should have respected that and conceded when it was time, and it was kind of unfair to Roy Cooper and pretty undemocratic.
And I think that it was just him being a sore loser and not wanting to accept the fact that the people have spoken and they didn't want him in office.
Now Cooper has about 1 month to prepare for his inauguration and name his cabinet. Jacqueline?
Katie Wilkinson live in the studio. Thanks, Katie.
President-elect Donald Trump visited Fayetteville last night as part of what he's calling his thank you tour. There he introduced his pick to lead the Defense Department, General James Mad Dog Mattis. At the rally, Trump said North Carolina was key to his victory.
And I'm here today for one main reason, to thank you, the people of North Carolina, for being so incredible. We want to thank you.
Now, Trump will be wrapping up the week with stops in Iowa and Michigan.
After Donald Trump won the presidential election, many undocumented students wondered how his immigration plan would affect their jobs and education. Reporter Laura Brache met an undocumented immigrant who worried her life is about to change.
This is Amirani. She's a 21-year-old from Durham. She works as a caregiver at Duke Hospital. She's also undocumented. Amirani received deferred action for childhood arrivals, or DACA, back in 2012. But after this year's election, she believes life as she's known it is about to change.
Cancel unconstitutional executive orders.
I have DACA, which means that the moment that they take away DACA, I'm out of a job. The thing that has helped me, like financially, help my family.
Attorneys who handle these kinds of cases, like Yesenia Polanco, advise undocumented people to not worry just yet.
We're hoping that the community understands and continues to live their life normally, peacefully, working hard for their children, sending their children to school, and avoiding interactions with the police and ICE.
Deborah Weissman of the UNC School of Law believes law enforcement in our area is not going out of their way to arrest immigrants, and that although President-elect Trump has appointed officials openly against immigration, enforcing some policies in his platform would be very hard to achieve.
I don't know that there'll be a mass deportation just because of the bureaucratic burden to accomplish that. But that doesn't mean that the threat of that isn't real, isn't palpable, and doesn't affect our community. So people are scared.
Amirani worries about her friends and family who are thinking about renewing their DACA. And for the time being, her only option is waiting.
I know a lot of people, they're doing the renewals now. And it's like, you run that risk of not getting renewed again and being listed as to be deported.
In Chapel Hill, I'm Laura Brache reporting.
Polanco urges any of those who are undocumented to carry any form of identification possible at all times. Mexican nationals in the area can request identity cards at the consulate in Raleigh.
UNC students have voted for a $10 increase in student fees. 5 of those dollars will go to student organizations and the other 5 will go to the Student Activities Fund office.
Really strong increase in demand for funding that we've been seeing from student organizations. You know, I think we're up to like almost 800 student organizations now. Just a few years ago it was only 600, and Student Congress gets a large portion of the student organization fee for the sole purpose of allocating out to student organizations.
And now, if approved by the Board of Governors, the fee will go into effect during the next academic year.
On a recent trip to Chile to report about UNC's solar telescope, I discovered a different issue, one that would horrify animal rights activists.
On the beaches of northern Chile, sea lions are washing up on shore.
There's always dead bodies on the beach because they killed them.
That's Luis Patricio Duval. He's lived near these waters his whole life.
The fishermen have to kill the sea lions because the sea lions come really fast to get the fish from the nets.
Clam diver Jose Samuel Guzman Salinas says the killings are normal in Chile.
If you ask them if they kill sea lions, they'll say no. They kill sea lions with dynamite, but they're not going to tell you. No one is going to tell you openly about killing them, so you need to go to Coquimbo.
Just a 15-minute drive away, Coquimbo is the center of the fishing industry. Amid the fish markets and fishing boats is Enrique Lopez Gonzalez. He is no stranger to killing sea lions.
Yeah, I had to do it. There were like 200 and they were messing around with the nets.
Lopez Gonzalez says killing them is sometimes necessary.
They come up to the boat, they flip it, they ruin the really expensive boat motors, and when they flip the boats, there's nothing you can do.
But some sea lions die unintentionally.
They get caught in the nets and drown because they can't get out and breathe. Fishermen cut them out and then they float away.
He keeps a reminder on his wall about the dangers they pose.
A diver was working when he got attacked by a sea lion because the sea lion was hungry. And this was the result. 18 stitches.
It's an issue of life and death. Fishermen need to make a living, but sea lions need to eat. And the fishermen are saying the sea lions' appetites are getting out of control.
There are so many sea lions, like 20,000, and there are more sea lions than fish, which is a problem for fishermen because we can't fish.
Regional Manager Gerardo Cerda is part of the government agency in charge of protecting fishing and the environment, including tracking the sea lion population.
5 to 6 years ago, a large sea lion colony moved to the beach. The sea lions started feeding off the old fish the fishermen threw to the sea, leading to their population growth.
To increase the catch of fish while dealing with the growing sea lion population,
some fishermen use the sound waves created by dynamite to scare off the sea lions. But this hurts animals in the area. It can even kill them.
In Chile, using dynamite while fishing is illegal. Still,
even though there's clear proof of intentionality, there is no evidence to support this claim.
Cerda asserts most of the dead sea lions you see on the beach aren't from fishermen.
They die from natural causes. They get sick or they fight with each other, and they wash up on the beach. There's only a few cases where they die from fishermen.
Sad. It's sad to kill them because they need food like us, but they're causing us damage. It's us or them.
As the sea lion population grows, along with their appetites, the fishermen's catch shrinks even more, threatening fishermen like Lopez Gonzalez and their way of life.
At the moment, the Chilean government doesn't have any solutions for the sea lion overpopulation. It's the tea that the federal government wanted to ban.
Up next, we'll tell you about the local coffee shop that serves kratom.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere will bring us wireless emergency alerts. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Carol Folt, most of us know her as UNC's chancellor.
But reporter Jess Allen introduces us to one student who says Carol Folt is so much more.
She goes to football games. She takes pictures with students on LDOC. But Shay Stanley says Chancellor Folt is so much more.
I just love it when strong women run things, and that's what she is. And I've never met her, but I just imagine her to be very tiny, and that just makes it even better, I think.
Stanley has created a website entirely devoted to Folt. She bought the domain carolfolt.com and created a site with pictures of the chancellor. Each photo is captioned with a haiku.
This one's my favorite. It's a picture of her throwing a ball, and it says, "She is throwing you the ball of education. When will you catch it?"
Stanley came up with the idea one night in the library. She thought she may be able to sell the domain name for more money down the road.
I kind of didn't do anything with it for a while, and then my friends kind of showed it to their friends, and I didn't really realize it was big until my friends were like, "Shay, a complete stranger was showing this to me today."
Soon, one of her friends posted on the Overheard at UNC Facebook group. She has been referenced on Twitter too, but the fun does come at a cost, about $15 a month.
Definitely can't afford to do that, but I make it work. I'm like, do I eat or do I pay for carolfolt.com?
What started as a night of procrastination has now turned into a masterpiece. In Chapel Hill, I'm Jess Allen reporting.
Stanley says she hopes to pass on the website to another Tar Heel after she graduates.
If life is rough for you during exams, well, there are furry friends ready across campus to help you relieve some stress. Therapy pets like Whiskey the dog here will be on hand for students to start meeting tomorrow afternoon. The UNC Park Library in Carroll Hall will also have cats, and the Health Science Library will have miniature horses. The therapy pet sessions will be running until December 12th. So some people use animals, some people turn to recreational drugs to relax, and kratom is one that's been getting a lot of attention.
The DEA proposed banning it and then withdrew the proposed ban last month. As reporter Katie Cameron shows us, one coffee shop owner in Carborough is happy kratom is still a legal substance.
Robert Roskind is the founder and owner of Oasis, a coffee shop and tea house in Carborough. But Roskind doesn't just serve products you'd find at your local Starbucks. He also serves kratom.
It's a plant from the Far East that's been used for generations out there.
Kratom is a member of the coffee family, but it comes with a special twist. According to Roskind, depending on the type of kratom purchased, a distinct experience follows consumption, like pain relief.
And I've had 40 or 50 people come in here with pain they just had for a day to pain they've had for decades. In every case, within the 1 hour of their first use of red kratom, the pain's gone.
Mental health improvement.
Depression. Good benefit for depression. It gives you a good mood elevation for 8-10 hours. Anxiety, it's good for that too.
And even addiction relief.
And a lot of people who are struggling with addiction, opiate addiction, even heroin addiction, alcohol addiction, are able to get rid of the addiction by using kratom.
According to the DEA, kratom is listed as a drug and chemical with no legitimate medical use. It says the drug has a high potential for abuse and has health risks including seizures, vomiting, hallucinations, and death. The DEA says it's aware of 15 kratom-related deaths between 2014 and 2016, but Roskind maintains that kratom is a positive substance.
This is a way you take control over your emotional state in a botanical, herbal, organic way. So for your generation who's going to spend 50, 60, 70 more years on the planet, it's a nice thing to get acquainted with.
And he says right now he has no plans to stop offering it. In Carborough, I'm Katie Cameron reporting.
Although kratom is still legal in North Carolina, 6 states have made the drug illegal. It's also banned in several countries.
A Chapel Hill staple will be reopening after a devastating fire this past summer. La Residence, the family-owned restaurant, shut down in June after an air conditioning unit in the kitchen short-circuited and caught fire. Operations manager John Gualtieri said he's confident that the restaurant will be opening January 5th. Gualtieri says the construction took longer than expected, and the restaurant's first opened back in 1976.
The streets of Chapel Hill are about to get a little more colorful. In the coming weeks, workers will install 3 crosswalks designed by local artists. The colorful additions will soon be at the intersections of East Rosemary Street at Henderson Street, West Rosemary Street near Shortbread Lofts, and Cameron Avenue at Wilson Street and the Granville Towers entrance. The crosswalks will increase pedestrian visibility for drivers. Officials say you should expect minor traffic delays at these locations once installation begins. Fall is slowly coming to an end, but it doesn't look like winter yet.
Is the winter weather coming soon? Meteorologist Alex Commit has the forecast coming up next.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva.
You said crosswalk and I said...
Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now.
Yeah.
She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. And now she's holding on for dear life. Her kids can see she may have broke her knees. They still love her though she looks like she's attacked by killer bees. I'm allergic. Proof you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
I've come up with the family emergency plan.
What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
Me too. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
A couple of things I want to talk about. The cold weather is returning. Cold but clear week ahead. Not sure how long the cold weather will stick around. And I also have your 5-day forecast so you know what to wear on your trek to finals this week. As we take a look at the surface map here, you can see that there's this rain that was in the area yesterday, and it's moved on out to shore by now. The clouds that you see there over the southeast were some fog that was left behind that burned away early this morning. As that frontal boundary keeps pushing on out, there is high pressure behind that that's moving into the area, and it's going to be bringing us nice weather for the rest of the week. Chilly, but nicer than the chilly rain we saw yesterday. You take a look at tomorrow, you can see here's that high pressure system that is taking the place of the area, and then the motion of this high pressure system is actually going to be pushing in cold air down, bringing us lows in the 20s for this weekend, so definitely get ready to bundle up. Currently right now in Chapel Hill, it's 51 degrees and sunny. In Raleigh, sunny with 53, and in Durham, sunny with 52. For tomorrow, or today, we topped out with a high of 58. My apologies. Light variable winds, sunny skies. Average high this time of year is 55 degrees, so we're pretty much on point with that. Tonight, we'll keep those clear skies, cooling over tonight with 41 as our low. The average low is 42, so we're a little above average on our low temperature, but I'll take 42 over that. It's definitely nicer. For tomorrow, your breakdown on the way out the door, 8 a.m. We have sunny all day, 46 in the morning. We have 49 by noon, and then warming up to 51, which is actually our high for tomorrow by 3 p.m. And for your 5-day forecast ahead, you see we have mostly cloudy skies on Thursday with high of 51. We dropped down to 41 for the night. We'll be in the 40s for Friday and Saturday with sunny skies. Those clouds roll back in on Sunday with the chance of showers on Monday.
Now, Alex, you know, I gotta ask, with winter approaching, are we gonna see any snow before the new year?
It's hard to tell. I don't think we will. Normally we don't see snow around here until January. You know, I like snow on my birthday, so I'm kind of hoping for that as well. But we'll just have to see what happens. But unfortunately, no snow in the immediate future for you. I'm sorry to say. So finals will go on.
Well, I think that's something to celebrate, right? Who
Yeah.
likes snow? I don't.
It's nice to be out of here.
Thank you so much, Alex.
And when Carolina Week returns, lacrosse, football, basketball.
We recap the best sports moments of the semester. Sorry, I didn't know what to ask
Great
him.
guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know? My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Carolina Week. I'm Rivers Upchurch with sports. The semester comes to a close today, but the season continues for the men's soccer team. 9th-seeded Carolina will play 5th-seeded Stanford in Houston on Friday night. The winner will face off against either Denver or Wake Forest in the championship on Sunday. The Tar Heels faced the Cardinal last at the 2001 Final Four when the Heels took home a 3-2 W after a quadruple overtime match. That Tar Heel team went on to beat Indiana and do what this year's squad hopes to do by winning it all. Here's how Carolina got there. Quarterfinals, scoreless until the second overtime. Drew Murphy punches Carolina's ticket to Houston as the junior transfer scores his first goal ever as a Tar Heel. A well-struck ball with just enough pace to get past the keeper. Murphy was still on cloud 9 after the match.
The ball came into me and I'm left-footed and it's kind of just like close my eyes and shoot. I don't really remember, to be honest. That's why I'm struggling with what to say, but best moment of my life.
Moving on to men's basketball, the Tar Heels take on the Davidson Wildcats tonight at 9 p.m. in the Dean Dome, and they'll be without the services of junior guard Joel Berry. Berry sprained his ankle on this play on Sunday in the Radford game and will not play tonight. He's questionable for Sunday's game against Tennessee. Now, it's been a whirlwind 6 months for UNC sports teams, and that includes 4 Final Fours from Fetzer Field's resident teams, 2 lacrosse national championships, and 1 great retrospective from reporter Michael Coe.
The Tar Heels end perfection in Philly, North Carolina, the 2016 national champions.
Skip past to Cloutier, it's over!
Curry sets it for Leaf, and why not? Taylor Leaf finishes it off. North Carolina upsets the Badgers.
TJ Logan, he's got a step. Touchdown.
There's the shot, and they score! And the Tar Heels have advanced.
Switzer with the catch, first down.
They get in the end zone here. They'll be looking back on this game for a while.
With 5 seconds, he's going to throw it. Howard Leaf. He has it! Touchdown! Carolina back from the dead! A remarkable comeback for the Heels.
Drew Murphy has sent the North Carolina Tar Heels to the College Cup!
He doesn't want a first down, he wants a touchdown.
He's going to have to hit this absolutely
perfectly from 54 yards.
This is going to have to be the kick of his life.
4 seconds to go. Good! And it's with a 54-yard field goal.
The Tar Heels come in and steal one.
Wide open middle of the field, has it at the 20. Goodbye. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, that's a great recap. There's not much time to reminisce. Women's volleyball plays UCLA in the regionals on Saturday. The football team will play in the Sun Bowl against Stanford on December 30th. And as we mentioned already, men's soccer looking for its first national title since 2011.
So in regards to football, when we play Stanford in the Sun Bowl, what is your prediction?
Stanford is a run-heavy team. They got big linemen. They run the ball. They lost their senior quarterback from last year, and their game plan this year has been almost exclusively give the ball to Christian McCaffrey and see what happens. And Carolina has struggled against the run all year. James Conner torched us. Dalvin Cook torched us. Duke's running back and quarterback torched us. So I got to say I'm not predicting a very good Sun Bowl for Carolina. I think that expectations were sort of high coming into this year, and the Sun Bowl is not really where the team wanted to end up. So unfortunately, I think Stanford may win by about 2 touchdowns.
Rivers Upchurch, always bringing it with the sports.
Thanks so much, Rivers.
Thanks for having me.
The last day of class calls for a celebration.
And what can be more fun than making and eating gingerbread houses with hundreds of your closest friends? That's up next.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school,
I kept saying us. I wanted to smack myself in the face.
My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Final exams begin this week.
But that's not stopping students from getting into the holiday spirit. Hundreds of students gathered this afternoon in the Student Union to make gingerbread houses. The Carolina Union Activities Board spent $1,400 on gingerbread house supplies, including 180 pounds of frosting. Perhaps the best part, students can eat their creations when they're done. It's a sweet way to relieve end-of-semester stress.
Happy last day of class, Tar Heels. As the holidays approach, we wondered what UNC students might have on their Christmas lists.
One thing I want for Christmas is one of those dorky Christmas sweaters in the student stores. That's pretty cool.
I really want concert tickets to Red Hot Chili Peppers next May because they're one of my favorite bands.
I want lift tickets so I can go snowboarding. I would like a Justin Jackson basketball jersey.
I want Justin Jackson pajamas.
I want another one of these.
A puppy would be great.
Probably a new phone, iPhone, but not the 7. That's too mainstream.
So what's on your wish list, Caleb?
You know, there's a big Lego set I really want. It might be a little too expensive, but Santa, if you're watching, would really love the Avengers Lego set. That's #1 on my list for sure.
Sounds good. Well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next year.
Let me take all this tape off here.
Okay, that was good.